Hello, my name is Evan Fisk, and I did my ballet presentation on Robert Joffrey.
Robert Joffrey was born December 24, 1928, though the year may have been 1930. This can be explained by the fact of his Muslim heritage. Robert's older brother had been a stillborn child, and his father may have passed him the rights of the firstborn son. It also may have been the fact that Robert wanted to appear 2 years younger. This embarrassment also showed up in his childhood. Robert was embarrassed by the low economic standing of his family and therefore rarely showed pictures of his parents to his friends. Robert began dancing to help with his asthmatic condition and also to strengthen his weakened frame, as prescribed by his doctor, though most people believe it was mainly to strengthen his frame, and Robert was just afraid to admit this. Dancing also helped him to strengthen his legs enough to take off the braces that he had to wear to prevent hip damage. Joffrey loved dancing. He loved the freedom that it gave you from worldly limitations and the ability to fly across the stage. He used this freedom to let his creative ambitions to blossom. Later in his teen years, Joffrey met Gerald Arpino, who would later become his lover and the director of his company. The two of them set off for New York with the small group of dancers that they had gathered. There they met Trudy Goth, who allowed them to perform in the 92nd Street Y after she saw his fusion of modern and ballet. This fusion included flexed feet and point shoes and falling spirals to the ground. Arpino and Joffrey could always be found at the theater. Whether the reviews about the performance were good or bad, the two always found that they could find one thing or more to take away from the performance. They could also be found rehearsing all of the time. Robert Joffrey's persistence in his rehearsing helped to the growth of his company. The company began touring, and each year the tours got longer and longer as their fame grew. Eventually, they had performed in 48 states. In 1954 and 1955, the group performed at the 92nd Street Y, where Joffrey premiered 4 of his new works, including Pas de Dix, Le Bal Masque, Harpsichord Concerto, and Pierre Lunaire. These performances helped the troupe land an 11-state tour across America. After this time, Joffrey began a partnership with Rebecca Harkness, who sponsored his troupe. During this time of financial stability, Joffrey's creative side flourished. He created a brand new piece at her summer workshop. This summer workshop included choreographers from Alvin Ailey to Fernand Nault. By this time, Joffrey's company had gained so much attention that it was touring all of the country as well as the Near and Far East. After performing for JFK in the White House, Joffrey lost the sponsorship of Rebecca Harkness, after she wanted to name the group the Harkness Ballet. Joffrey feared that he would lose the artistic direction of his company if the name was changed, so he decided to split. Joffrey later named his company the Joffrey Ballet, as it is known today. In 1986, Robert Joffrey became very ill, and in 1987 he couldn't work on his long-desired dream of producing the Nutcracker, Petipa, and Ivanov's version. His last public appearance, which was a very weak one, was at the curtain call of this performance. His health continued to deteriorate, and he later died on March 25, 1988. The Joffrey Ballet still performs today and teaches youth how exciting ballet can be. As well as being a great company, the school has taught children from Patrick Swayze and Charlize Theron to Ronald Reagan Jr. Joffrey was a strong, fearless leader in times of economic distress, but he did not allow that to ever stop him from succeeding in his dreams. The Joffrey Ballet continues to be a beacon of excellent training today, and it began with a man who never stopped pushing forward.